Folks, welcome back once again to Indaba Africa. This is Chris. Today is Friday, September 18th, 2020, and news has broken in the last 30 minutes that Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg has passed away at the age of 87. Just a little update on that situation to let folks know what's going on. Once again, Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg has passed away at the age of 87. She was appointed to the court in 1993 by then President Bill Clinton, and she was a longtime rock rib, diehard progressive on the court, and over the past 27 years has offered opinions on many cases supporting abortion, same-sex marriage, illegal immigration, state-run health care, and discriminatory affirmative action policies by the government. Once again, the Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg has passed away at the age of 87, ladies and gentlemen. Known in her later years by a fawning progressive crowd as the Notorious RBG, a little deference to the Notorious BIG, of course, but the Notorious RBG for Ruth Bader Ginsburg. She achieved rock star status in the progressive crowd for her staunch positions in favor of conditions and policies that contravene the Constitution itself, which is an ironic situation given that she was a Supreme Court justice and her sole task is to ensure the Constitution is applied equally. Nonetheless, she did what she felt was her conscience, and she served on the court as a strong progressive for many, many years. Now, unusually, she intruded into the domestic political scene as a sitting justice when she attacked then-candidate Donald Trump in 2016 by saying the following. She said that Donald Trump, she told CNN in 2016, is a faker, and noted that he had gotten away with not turning over his tax returns. I'm not really sure what tax returns have to do with the role of a justice on the Supreme Court. In fact, it has absolutely nothing to do with it. But she felt no compunction against weighing into domestic politics, breaking decades of tradition for justices of the Supreme Court. Nonetheless, that stance gained her even more fame and led to a Hollywood movie glamorizing her life as a young woman who suffered discrimination, could not get a clerkship and things like that. So she became quite famous for that. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg has passed away at the age of 87 today, the 18th of September, 2020. Well, what does this mean? Well, if we follow tradition, which occurred during the last year of the Obama administration, most recently, Donald Trump, before the election, would not nominate anyone to succeed Justice Ginsburg. That would be the norm, the political norm, and I would expect that Trump would follow that historical norm. However, after the election, when Trump wins re-election, we can expect to see him nominate another conservative to the court, and that will tip the scales most likely in the favor of the conservative wing of the court, which is arguably really at a 4-4, with the swing vote being the turncoat Chief Justice John Roberts, who can't seem to decide whether he's in favor of the Constitution or if he's not in favor of the Constitution. One day he supports the Constitution, another day he makes opinions and sides with one side of the court over the other in positions that are at best unimaginable when it comes to the reading of the Constitution. So really it's a 4-4 split with a swing vote on each and every vote cast. This would change things most likely with a 5-4 and the swing vote not counting. So we'll see what happens there, ladies and gentlemen. But of course, no matter who Donald Trump nominates to replace Ruth Bader Ginsburg, that candidate's life will be turned upside down, destroyed. They'll be accused of all kinds of sexual nonsense, criminal activity, and things that are purely fallacious and fictitious, regardless of how genuine, honest, and forthright the person is. The left will go to no ends to denigrate and destroy them. We saw this in the Justice Kavanaugh hearings and the vile nonsense that occurred there, making up of stories about things that supposedly happened in high school when a person couldn't even remember being there or who was involved and claiming this, that, and the other. We shall see the same sort of behavior take place in the fight, and it will be a fight, ladies and gentlemen, regardless of who the person is. It will be a fight to replace Ruth Bader Ginsburg. Senator Ted Cruz reportedly has already said in previous list of nominees that came out for President Trump for his next nomination for the court that he would recuse himself. He's not interested in that, and I don't blame him. If I were Ted Cruz, I'd stay in the Senate where I can do far more good for the American people. But whomever the candidate is to replace Justice Ginsburg, it will be a painful and bloody fight, and they will be accused of all sorts of things. Now, however, if Joe Biden manages to win the election and they nominate someone, we'll see once again another progressive come on the court, but someone who also supports the concept of abortion and other issues like state-run health care and discriminatory policies like affirmative action, which discriminates on people based on the immutable status of their ethnicity. But ladies and gentlemen, once again, today, the 18th of September, Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg has passed away. Now, she was known famously for her work before the court when she worked with the American Civil Liberties Union, which is a favorite of the left, the progressives who cherish this organization, but many people of good reason in the center and to the right take exception, often calling the ACLU the American Criminal Liberties Union for its stance in supporting convicted criminals and not defending the rights of ordinary Americans. The Supreme Court decision for which she was perhaps most famous known involved the Virginia Military Institute, in which she argued that the decision that held that all male admissions policy at the state-funded VMI was unconstitutional for its ban on women applicants. And this is one I don't take exception with her decision. Her opinion that using state funds to run a gender-exclusive school was not constitutional. That's not an unreasonable argument. But she's very famous for that. She says the constitutional violation in this case is the categorical exclusion of women from an extraordinary educational opportunity afforded to men. In 1996, she wrote that. Now, the issue I have with that is that it's not germane, the issue that it's an extraordinary educational opportunity. And she revealed her true purpose there. Her true purpose wasn't to ensure that the Constitution was applied equally to men and women, but rather to eliminate something that was for men, which in itself is discriminatory. But if you get my point there, what I'm saying is that her point that it was constitutional violation, that the state supported public funds provided for educational opportunity only for men was wrong. That I agree with. But her comment that it excluded women from an extraordinary educational opportunity afforded to men is the same nonsense that was used to destroy the Boy Scouts of America. The argument that the Eagle Scout, which was created by the Boy Scouts of America, and it's a qualification that young men qualified for, was something that gave them an advantage up in life, and that women and girls were denied that opportunity was fallacious and utter nonsense. While they've destroyed the Boy Scouts, and it's no longer the Boy Scouts of America, Robert Baden-Powell would be turning in his grave hearing this. It was designed to help young men come of age, learn discipline, responsibility, and behave properly in society from a shared experience. The Girl Scouts of America and the Campfire Girls are not required to allow boys to participate in their organizations. So clearly, once again, example of gender bifurcation society. Ladies and gentlemen, today, the 18th of September, we see the passing of Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg. However you feel about her, whether you're a progressive or a conservative, whether you're a centrist, however you feel about Ruth Bader Ginsburg, you cannot deny that she definitely had an impact on American society, American politics, and the direction of the Supreme Court over the past 27 years during which she served. Quite a long tenure for her. And so to her family and to her friends and to her supporters, I send my best wishes. And to Ruth Bader Ginsburg, rest in peace. And to Donald Trump, we trust that you will select an excellent replacement for Justice Ginsburg in your next term. Ladies and gentlemen, the 18th of September, we note the passing of Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg. Thank you.